Hey guys, I made a 4-player arcade cabinet recently, and I decided to go ahead and make myself this tool to make the installation of all these buttons. There's about 30 of these buttons that I need to install, and they had these 32mm nuts that you had to screw on. So I created this cute little tool that would allow me to screw them on without wearing out my poor little fragile hands. Anyway, enjoy the CAD-along. We're going to start by getting rid of all these planes so we don't have to look at them. We'll get a sketch going on the top plane, and you'll see that's all nice and highlighted. And we're going to start with a circle. Hit C for circle, and draw a circle. Then hit D to give it a dimension, and we're going to give this one 42mm. And then we're going to create a hexagon in the middle. We're just going to go ahead and freeform it by typing L for line. Go ahead and draw 6 sides to this thing. I'm going to do my best to try and use the dimensions of pre-existing to basically make it snap into place once I'm done drawing it. And make it closed. We want all the sides to equal each other. So I'll just highlight each and every single one of them with the left button on the mouse and hit E for equals. And then I want other lines to basically go from the origins of 3 faces, and we're going to use Q for construction, and we're going to do that for just 3 sides of the hexagon, just to make sure. Make those all equal with the E button, and then we're going to make the distance between this one and this one 32mm. So I hit D, highlight them both, type in 32. I'm also going to add a 0.2 in there because I'm printing this with a resin printer with that 0.1mm tolerance. Alright, so now we're going to extrude this wonderful thing, and we're going to use 30 as the extrusion, a blind extrusion. And then I'm going to use this face right here to sketch out the grip on the side of this thing. I'm going to use A for arc, and we're going to go make it adjacent or tangent to this circle. And also I want to use that circle, so I'm going to hit Q and hit U for use and highlight that outer circle. Oh, you know what? I don't want to use Q. Let's try that again. Let me delete that. And I want to just use it because it's going to be a part of this drawing. And then I'm going to give the dimension of the arc a radius of 2. Right? And it's going to be coincident, or intersecting with this construction line right here, which will also be tangential to the circle. Right, and it looks like it snapped into a vertical configuration. But you know, I'm just going to make sure it's vertical by hitting that B button right there. Alright, and now we want 16 of these. We don't want to draw them each by hand, so we'll hit the circular pattern up here. Click on that guy, change this to 16. Alright, and there are 16 of them. Now I'm going to hit left button to go ahead and clear it out. You notice they're all blue. That's because we haven't anchored the origin. So let's anchor that real quick. Now they're all nice and black, and that's the way we like it. And now we're going to extrude those. Oh, but before we do that, we should delete one of these lines, or remove it by hitting the M button and get rid of that guy right there, just so it opens up this space. So when we do extrude, we don't end up extruding the whole thing, just the little things on the side. So there it is. That's very pretty, but that's not the direction we want. We don't want to do it blind. Let's go ahead and go up to a face. And that way, we just highlight this guy, and it'll just go all the way down there. It'll look nice. Go ahead and hit OK. Now that that's all good and happy, let's go to the front of this thing, create a new sketch. And we're going to use another construction line by hitting QL. And we're just going to go ahead and bring that up until it's vertical and horizontal with those points right there. And let's go ahead and use this origin, this little point right here. Okay, and we know there's a radius of 2, so let's go ahead and make a line, not construction, just a line, and make it a distance of 2. But before we do that, let's go ahead and line it up with the midpoint of this guy. So there you go. And dimension 2. Alright, and let's go ahead and create another line, and we'll make it 9 millimeters. Let's see, we'll just do it up to here. And you know what? I don't want this line to go down to the midpoint of the other one. Let's delete that one real quick. Actually, hit the delete key. And then just create another loosey-goosey line all the way down to here. And like I said, I didn't want construction. Hit Q again to unconstruct it. And we want that line to be actually 9 right there. 9. That'll give us clearance of adjacent buttons. And this angle here will lock in a dimension. We just simply give it something like 45 or 30 degrees. It should be good. I'll give it 45. There we are. Okay, and now the reason I kind of had my attention on the midpoint of this guy over here is because I wanted to use this as sort of a mirror. So we'll just bring that on over there. There we go, perpendicular. And let's see here, this is 9. It's 45 degrees. I wonder why this guy feels like he can, oh, he's not locked in vertically. So we'll do that. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and mirror this thing. So we'll do the mirror. We're going to mirror according to this line that we just drew. We're going to mirror this, 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 and that. That way it cuts out both sides. So now let's go ahead and do a rotation, a revolve rather, and we're going to revolve along this axis. But we're not going to add, we're going to remove. And that, friends, should be our final product. And let's go ahead and export this thing. And we're going to make it an STL, so 32 millimeter arcade button. And it'll create an STL, and I'll just hit OK, and voila. Now we're ready to 3D print this guy.